Huntley weighs 132 pounds. Now, Chip's friend is going to try and tow him across a bridge using fish hooks buried in his eye sockets. This guy got shot in the head and walked away. But he didn't know it until doctors found the bullet 25 years later. Why does everyone want this athlete's autograph? Because there's nothing Zeke the sports dog can't do.
I think the only thing he can't do is talk.
Plus, Jaime Garcia will attempt to walk the rim of a 100-foot Ferris wheel without a net. And the high-tech hair creations that actually come to life. Unbelievable? Believe it. On Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome to Ripley's. Here's an interesting story. A man walking by a construction site gets hit in the head by what he thinks is a brick. It leaves a bump on his head that never, ever goes down. 25 years later, he gets a headache that won't go away, so he goes in for a CAT scan. And you won't believe what the doctor found.
He may not look especially hard-headed, but Adrian Milton was shot in the head and simply walked away. Not only has he carried a bullet lodged in his skull for the past 25 years, but believe it or not, until recently, he never even knew it was there.
It is pretty weird that I have a bullet in my head and I didn't know, and that I just discovered it 25 years later. I guess it makes me a numbskull.
Besides getting an occasional case of writer's block, Adrian, a New York journalist, was usually clear-headed and in good health. Or so he thought. Not long ago, while he was doing some housework, he accidentally bumped his head.
I almost knocked myself out, and I had headaches for a couple days, so my doctor said, gee, I think you ought to get a CAT scan.
It was a routine CAT scan until the lab technician noticed something odd during the procedure.
He said, when were you shot in the head? And I said, shot in the head? He said, yeah, you have a bullet in your head. And I said, I do? Really?
Incredibly, Adrian had no idea how the bullet got in his head.
In my practice of the last 20 years, I have not seen anybody come in with a bullet fragment in their head and not realized it.
After a flurry of tests verifying the unusual situation, Adrian remembered an incident that happened to him 25 years ago.
I was taking photographs of buildings for a real estate developer, and I vaguely noticed that on the side to the right of me, these guys were arguing at a loading dock, but I didn't pay much attention to them. And suddenly something hit me in the head, and blood just spurted out of my head, and I fell back on the hood of a car.
Thinking he'd been hit by a falling brick off a construction site, Adrian simply went home.
I took a nap. When I woke up, I didn't feel any pain. I just cleaned it off, and I never went to the hospital. And there always was a bump there, but I figured it was scar tissue.
Amazingly, until his recent visit to the doctor, that was the last time Adrian thought about it. The headaches caused by the bump on the head disappeared on their own, and Adrian's doctor is planning on leaving that bullet right where it is.
Well, at this point, the bullet has been lodged in for the last 20-25 years. There's enough scar tissue to hold it there, and I don't think there is any need for him to remove it.
Have you been here before, sir?
No.
Adrian has learned to live with the knowledge that he has a bullet in his skull. In fact, he's even planning to frame the CAT scan and put it on his wall. For this fortunate survivor, it serves as a constant reminder of one very close call.
Well, I guess I'm pretty lucky, and I'm definitely not bulletproof, and so I think I'm going to play the lottery today.
While doctors are more than willing to remove the slug, Adrian told Ripley's that he would rather, and I quote, let sleeping bullets lie. Now, we have a rule here at Ripley's when it comes to people who perform stunts. It's not unbelievable if just any stunt guy can do it with enough cash or training. Well, the motorcyclist that you're about to meet is not a stunt guy and has had very little time to train. You'll see.
Rob Lepine is warming up to take the Ripley challenge. While on his motorcycle, he'll try to catapult himself over 10 cars. No big deal? Well, here's the catch. Rob is only 8 years old. In fact, Rob is the youngest person in the world to ever attempt this dangerous feat. Even motorcycle legend Evel Knievel was already in his late 20s when he dared to jump 10 cars. But this fearless young rider makes it clear he's ready to make history.
When I jump, I feel like I'm flying. I'm not scared. I just know that nothing's gonna happen unless you hit a rock or something.
Away from the track, Rob is really like any other third grader.
Okay, I'm gonna do backflips. You guys watch out.
Whether he's playing video games with his 4-year-old brother, getting a little help with his homework from mom, or just playing with his friends. Here at the Lepines, riding is a family affair, and they all get into the act. Rob's dad, mom, and even his baby brother.
Mainly when the whole family goes riding, it's on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody likes to ride. That was a big part of Rob's learning how to ride. As soon as he could sit up and actually grip onto handlebars, he was on a little four-wheeler that I pushed him around the house on.
When Rob was only 2, he got his first mini motorbike, complete with training wheels. Rob's mom says she always knew her son was born to ride.
Even as a child, he pretended like he was a dirt bike. He would jump around on the couch like he was jumping over hills.
I knew that he was a good rider, and I knew that he had a good ability, but his riding ability really started amazing me just after he started riding a little bit bigger bikes.
In fact, Rob's bike is so big for him that his feet can't even reach the ground. Before he takes off, someone has to keep him balanced by holding onto his rear fender. Although Rob has learned to ride at an astonishing pace, his dad has made him understand that motorcycles are not toys.
Riding a dirt bike is dangerous because if you didn't know how to ride one, you could hurt yourself and probably kill yourself or get paralyzed.
And this is Rob's longest jump yet, a fact that can't help but weigh heavily on Dad's mind.
I'm confident he can do it. I've just got the same concerns that any parent would have. Any extreme sport, there's a risk. He's natural.
And now the big moment is at hand for the young daredevil. He's about to undertake a jump he hopes will make him the youngest motorcycle rider ever to clear 10 cars. Despite the pressure, Rob breaks the tension, reminding everyone that he's still just a kid. As the clock ticks down, Rob's father makes a last-minute check on his son's machine.
My biggest concern is the mechanical failure, which there's always a possibility of, in his sport.
Also weighing heavily on Dad's mind is Rob's acceleration as he hits the ramp.
He doesn't use a speedometer. He basically uses nothing but his natural judgment to be able to tell where to land. And that's probably the most amazing thing.
If Rob's approach is too slow, he'll land short, crashing into the cars. Too fast, and he'll overshoot the landing ramp, a potentially disastrous situation.
How's that feel? Too tight?
No.
Okay, we're gonna get the show on the road here in a minute.
The wind has unexpectedly started to pick up, prompting Rob's dad to give his brave little boy some last-minute advice.
You're jumping into about 20-mile-an-hour wind. You know what it's like to jump in the wind. Remember we jumped into the wind? You gotta adjust your speed just a little bit, okay? Hey, buddy, you ready to go big?
60 feet stand between Rob Lepine and a new record.
I got a lot of confidence. We got a lot of work into this and a lot of practice. I want you to remember everything that you've learned, okay? Okay, good luck, buddy.
Everything is set. Rob revs down the track and goes for it. The response of the crowd says it all. 8-year-old Rob Lepine has just made history. His parents are visibly relieved.
Good job! You're all done! Woo! Woo! There you go, buddy.
Rob Lapine, the incredible 8-year-old known as the Motorcycle Kid, has cleared 10 cars, meeting the Ripley Challenge in the process.
Man, that jump was fun.
You like that?
Scared me to death, though. I'm like,
I can't believe he did a one-hander.
It's illegal for Rob to ride his motorcycle on public streets. As talented as he is, he's got to wait until his teens to get his driver's license, just like everybody else.
You're watching Ripley's Believe It or Not.
A mild-mannered photographer has unlocked a secret to controlling killer sharks. He can make a great white jump like a trained seal. But what you are about to witness is no silly circus act.
They are fearless predators, masters of the deep. The great white shark.
They know that they are the king of the sea, that they are powerful.
But these deadly hunters are about to become the hunted.
Okay, it's time to shoot a shark.
Rolf Kiefner is a legend in the world of ocean photography. Not only does he tempt fate going face to face with these dangerous great whites, he's also learned to make these 25-ton killers jump like trained circus animals on command. And believe it or not, he does it using a homemade decoy. For years, Rolf has been documenting sea life all over the world.
When I was a boy, I was always looking at these Cousteau films and all this National Geographic stuff. And then when I was 16, I started diving. And so I started taking pictures, taking video. And then finally I saw this stuff.
But after receiving an assignment to shoot the great white, he knew he had found his life's work.
Great whites are the most powerful animals living in the sea. They are the most elegant and very intelligent.
Rolf and marine biologist Andrea Romulo chum the world's oceans, often coming only inches away from the great whites. And despite some close calls, neither have been hurt during these unique but potentially deadly photo ops.
Well, this was one of the closest I got to a great white. Laying on the floor, I was looking up to the shark with the open jaw, and then the boat driver just put off his hand, and then I could shoot the camera and the pictures, and it was just like this far away, open mouth, and there was no cage around it, so this was really like...
But Rolf's shark shooting hit new heights off the coast of South Africa when he and Andrea witnessed a great white hunting its prey.
We were in a place where we knew it would be easier to find the great whites, it would be easier to find their favorite foods, that these sea lions.
The two noticed that when the shark closed in on a prospective meal, the great white sometimes went totally airborne.
And I thought, let's see, let's try.
So the two decided to somehow capture the unbelievable spectacle on film.
So I just had the idea of cutting a seal dummy and just waiting, and hopefully the great white sharks don't see that it's a dummy and they go for it.
It seemed like the perfect ploy, but success didn't come right away. After hours and hours of waiting, the payoff is literally sky high.
Good job!
Swimming in the water, you see how elegant they are, how perfectly moving, but when they're coming out of the water, they're so powerful, so you not only see it, you even feel it.
Take a look here, there is any teeth.
At times, the seal dummy pays the ultimate price.
Imagine this were really sealed.
You can see the shape of the teeth perfectly.
Grace and unlimited power. The result is one of nature's classic performances.
I've done a lot of great stuff in my life, but this is, for me, it's the best thing, the most spectacular I've ever seen.
The decoy Rolf uses to make the sharks jump is actually a boogie board, cut into the shape of a seal and painted black. Kind of just makes you want to get out in the water, doesn't it? Now, getting your hair cut can be a very stressful ordeal. So imagine being spun around in the mirror only to find a helicopter sitting on top of your head. Some clients would fire their stylist on the spot, others may call 911, but in Detroit, they crown the culprit king of the cut.
You're looking at the world's most outrageous and unique hairstyles. So complicated that besides real human hair, they require cardboard, glue, batteries, and believe it or not, even electric motors to put them together. Now, the designers behind these do's are trying to outdo each other in head-to-head competition at what's known as the Super Bowl of hairstyling. Every year, professional hairstylists from around the U.S. gather to compete for top prize. Welcome to the Detroit Hair Grammys. Top contender Michael Turner has been designing hair for 18 years. For this year's competition, he's come up with something special.
I'm putting together a fantasy hairstyle. It's called the helicopter. What I'm doing is making a base so that I can attach the first part of the helicopter onto her head. When I finish this style, it's gonna look just like a helicopter. It's gonna have propellers moving, it's gonna have lights, and a bunch of little other gadgets that just connects it together. Then that's basically it, and most of it is hair.
Looking to ground the helicopter is Niecy Hayes. Her entry, known as Black Butterfly, is from the bigger is better school of hairdressing. But at 15 pounds, the Black Butterfly, like most of these creations, is too heavy for a practical night on the town.
I use a lot of hair, and I use like rhinestones, you know, to decorate an accent. But mostly this is made out of human hair. This is when my Black Butterfly becomes full-blown.
Patricia Jones has a plan to stop the helicopter and clip the Black Butterfly's wings. Her creation draws its inspiration from something really big, the Detroit city skyline.
I like to do things that you cannot believe that it's hair. You'll think it's something else.
It takes days and even weeks to construct some designs. Since only one stylist can win on competition night, the contestants are understandably a little nervous.
I was afraid to really put it on stage because I didn't know if the people was gonna laugh at me, boo me, or love it.
The panel, who are looking for technique and originality, agree Niecy's Black Butterfly and Pat's Big City Skyline are deserving of special mention. But taking home the trophy this year is the clear winner and overall crowd favorite, Michael Turner's Helicopter.
I love it. I love the attention.
And besides all the awards and attention, it's knowing they're the best that keeps these outrageous stylists competing and doing what they do.
Next, from the chandeliers to the carpet stains, every detail is perfectly reproduced inside the tiny White House. Plus, there's nothing Zeke the sports dog can't do.
Good shot.
And Jaime Garcia will attempt to walk the rim of a spinning Ferris wheel 100 feet high. But one slip could send him on a fatal fall. It's all ahead in tonight's Ripley's Challenge. Ripley's world of unbelievable animals.
Like a lot of dog owners, a normal weekend for Ron Hammer involves a little backyard ball with his best friend, Zeke. But it's no ordinary game of fetch, because Zeke is no ordinary dog. Believe it or not, when this talented pooch plays ball, he uses a catcher's mitt. At 9 years old, Zeke, a Dalmatian Golden Retriever mix, is known as the world's greatest all-around canine athlete. And when it comes to sports, Zeke does it all. Of course, there's football, And Zeke's amazing paw-eye coordination makes him top dog with a basketball.
Good shot.
Then there's field hockey. And games of skill pose no problem for this pioneering pooch. Zeke is an excellent pool player.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Yeah!
Ron, Zeke's owner since he was a puppy, believes his amazing pet was born with a 1 in a million natural ability.
I really have no idea what makes him so special. He's never had any special training. The only trainer he knows is me.
Score! One thing Ron is sure of is that Zeke is amazingly smart, something he discovered one day when he was doing some chores around the house.
I was working on the deck and I was putting it together, and I happened to drop a tool, a screwdriver, underneath the deck, and it went down there where he's got balls and bones and everything else. I just, as a lark, I said, Zeke, go over there and get that screwdriver. Popped down underneath the deck, brought it back up, and I said, whoa, let's see if he can do something else.
Incredibly, within a half hour, Zeke seemed able, by name alone, to identify a whole box of tools.
It's tool time.
He is just one of those animals that has taken it to the next level of understanding.
There's your pliers.
With all the attention Zeke gets from his many talents, it comes as no surprise that this incredible dog was forced to learn one more talent: how to sign autographs.
I think the only thing he can't do is talk.
And who knows? Zeke probably could talk if he wanted. However, this is one dog, no matter the sport, who lets his game do the talking. And that's just fine with Ron, who's not just Zeke's owner, he's also his biggest fan.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
How big or how small an object appears can sometimes be an optical illusion. And in the case of one man's passion for the presidency and the White House, size doesn't matter.
It was built to be a nation's showpiece. One-of-a-kind works of art, handmade furnishings. It is the White House, but not the presidential home in Washington, D.C. This is the amazing tiny White House, the world's most incredibly accurate scale model. For over 40 years, Clearmont, Florida's John Zweifel has been working to perfect a carbon copy miniature of the famous landmark.
What I'm trying to do is to create that same experience that the president called you up and said, come on over and visit.
It all started when John, a model maker since he was young, was looking for his next project and was hit with a patriotic feeling.
I looked at the White House as the strongest symbol America has. You know, all the artistic things that I've created through the years, I'm only trying to create things that you're not allowed to go to or that you couldn't visit otherwise.
Though it started small, 4 decades later, the now not-so-tiny White House tips the scales at over 10 tons. And John is truly obsessed with precisely matching everything in the original. Colors, dimensions, textures, even the furniture placement of the real thing.
I changed the White House as they changed the White House, so I tried to keep up to date.
Over the years, besides some help from his wife and kids, John's done all the work himself. And in case you're wondering, you can't buy this stuff in a store. Everything is made by hand.
The most difficult thing would be paintings and carpets and the furniture. To get 4 legs right, I may have to make 130 legs. Trying to use the same materials, rosewood, walnut, maple, mahogany, using the same materials as the actual.
And to make his job tougher, even the carpets get changed out with each new president.
Those carpets could take 4 or 5 years, 500,000 stitches. And when you get done with the carpet, many times there'd be a new carpet in there.
To achieve his vision of perfection, John has been to the real White House hundreds of times. At first, John relied on sketches he made, but in 1962, he was personally given permission to photograph the White House by John and Jacqueline Kennedy.
I just walk around and snapping pictures real fast.
From chandeliers with real light bulbs as small as grains of rice, to working television sets, to the stains on the carpet, everything is carefully considered to create the perfect miniature illusion. And when comparing photos of the two, John enjoys nothing more than challenging onlookers to spot the difference between the real White House and his tiny creation. Side by side, it really is difficult to spot the miniature. Not until a gigantic hand enters the frame can we really tell. Although John doesn't charge admission to see his creation, he estimates he's put in over 200,000 man-hours and $1 million into a labor of love that's clearly become an obsession.
So it's like having a 16-hour-a-day job, if not 18 hours. But the thing is, it's an ongoing project that will live forever, we hope.
One thing's for sure, no matter who's occupying the White House, they'll always keep the TV tuned to one show.
Still ahead, think hanging irons from your eye sockets is painful? It is. Now this man will attempt to tow his buddy across a bridge longer than a football field without ripping out his eyeballs. Plus, one senior's secret to staying young. How a 73-year-old woman is outlifting these muscle men.
Awesome. Incredible. Oh, she definitely showed me up.
And the daredevil risking his life, walking on the outside of a Ferris wheel. It's all ahead on Ripley's. Shane Hultgren is about to do the unthinkable. In an incredible demonstration of mind over body, Shane will stick fish hooks attached to chains into his eye sockets. Then he'll attempt to pull his friend, who'll be standing on a skateboard the entire length of a 330-foot bridge.
To prepare for the stunt, I have to psych myself up, because physically you just got to go do it, but emotionally there's a lot of things that you have to deal with, because you know that you're going to be in a lot of pain in a minute.
Shep weighs in at 132 pounds. The bridge, located in Melbourne, Australia, is longer than a football field. Shane's never attempted such a long distance, but both men are aware that a demonstration like this carries significant risk.
He's going to put fish hooks there. It's 10, 20, 50 times the pain of a finger. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a bit nervous and a bit scared, yeah.
Shane warms up using a pair of ordinary household irons.
Give him a swing, mate.
Shane and Shep are ready.
You can always say no!
No shame! As soon as they're in, just go. We have started.
Slowly, carefully, and painfully, the pulling starts. The hot Melbourne sun starts to cook Shane's unprotected eyes. And though he's okay, the heat proves momentarily too much for one spectator. At the halfway mark, without warning, one of the fish hooks suddenly pulls free of an eyeball socket.
You all right? Yeah. You all right? He's okay.
Amazingly, Shane continues unscathed. The crowd cheers in support. Teary-eyed and in excruciating pain, Shane just has a few more feet to go.
That's 100! Yes, dude!
Amazingly, he's done it.
Oh, it's incredible. I can't believe it.
Bang on.
And for Shane, the finish line is definitely a sight for sore eyes.
Crossing that finish line is awesome. And once you've finished, then it's a rush, and you know that you've done it, and you feel like a hero. Yeah, it's cool.
Big time!
We checked these next two women's birth certificates before agreeing to tell their story. And you're about to see why.
After countless hours in the gym, this woman has the kind of ripped body most of us only dream of having. And she's 44. But if you think that's amazing, you should see her mom. Believe it or not, this sizzling senior is 73 years old. And instead of slowing down, she's about to face off in the gym against male muscleheads a third her age.
I'm strong for my size and certainly for my age. When I go into any contest, it's to win.
Kelly Nelson wasn't always the age-defying Amazon that she is today. Her bodybuilding began back in 1982 with a new set of barbells and the decision to get in shape.
In 2 weeks, I could see such results that I thought, this is great. I'm going to keep on doing this.
Kelly's daughter, Colleen, was impressed by Mom's increasingly rock-hard body, so she joined her mom in her pursuit of physical perfection.
I was doing nothing, basically, other than working, and I definitely wasn't really fit at all.
It wasn't long before hard work turned this hard-bodied duo into competitive bodybuilders. And numerous individual awards have made them tops in the fitness field.
Showtime!
Okay.
In fact, the two have recently put out their own line of workout videos.
Okay.
And when mother and daughter aren't working out, they can be found working as fitness models.
And lower it a little bit. Yeah, right there. Okay.
The pair made history at the Oregon State Championships in 1998. For the first time, a mother and daughter had won their respective age categories. In the face-off for the overall title, the two met in a dramatic pose-down. Colleen won. But for her, the real thrill was being up there with her mom.
To be able to do that with your mom is even more spectacular and special.
Mother and daughter.
Colleen and Kelly, who are adamantly opposed to muscle-building steroids, must work constantly to keep their bodies looking good. This grandmother starts out her day with stomach crunches, upside down. And although the two consider themselves outdoorsy people, they spend most of their days inside the gym.
Strong set. Come on, let's go. Drive it. Good.
And besides amazing bodies, all that training has another side effect. These women are incredibly strong. So strong that 73-year-old Kelly is about to go head-to-head against these 20-something guys. Kelly starts out first.
Come on, Mom, let's go.
With an impressive 270 pounds of weight on the bar. Like a machine, this grandmother cranks out one rep after another, stopping only after completing a full set of 20. Combined weight of 5,400 pounds. Now for the guys. While each of these gym rats manages to get the weight up, the closest any of them come is this He-Man with 12 reps. This woman, old enough to be their grandmother, easily tripled the output of the other two.
Awesome. Incredible. She's 1 in a million, probably. Oh, she definitely showed me up. That's for sure.
One to grow on. Push.
Over the years, both mother and daughter have learned to take such victories in stride.
People are always saying, oh, you must have incredible genetics or something, because, you know, we're as fit as we are, as old as we are.
And studies indicate that all that weightlifting helps with a problem common to older women, maintaining bone mass. Pumping iron actually appears to reverse the aging process.
You don't have to get old. There's no such thing as getting old. Everything that you did when you were 20, you can do it at 50, 70, 80. You just have to want to do it.
Next, this ride looks like fun, unless you're the guy running on the outside. Can he walk the edge of a spinning Ferris wheel without taking a fatal fall?
I'm ready to go.
And what's so special about this hospital? The entire medical staff is strapped to rollerblades. We go wheeling into the ER next. When hospitals are overcrowded, delays can prove deadly to patients who can't get medical attention fast enough. That's why this Bangkok hospital is looking to speed up service by putting their medical staff on rollerblades. The hospital director got the idea after visiting the US and seeing rollerbladers skating around stores. The concept is definitely working. Despite traveling the hospital corridors up to 1,800 times a day, no serious injuries have been reported. And amazingly, these newly wheeled wonders have cut processing time in half. Believe it or not.
This next story is about a man some call the human hamster because he runs on a wheel, just like this guy. Only he runs on a Ferris wheel.
For more than 30 years, Jaime Garcia has been preparing for this Ripley's challenge. It's an incredible demonstration of balance and focus. Believe it or not, this middle-aged father of 4 will attempt to walk the slick metal band of a spinning Ferris wheel, and he'll do it without any safety equipment.
You can get killed if you fall on the ground. I have seen those accidents happen already. If I die, I die. What are you gonna do?
Jaime has always enjoyed the thrill of taking a risk, and he didn't have to look far to find it. His parents owned a Mexican carnival, and Jaime began his dangerous obsession with walking Ferris wheels when he was just a boy. Now Jaime, his wife Leonora, and 4 children live outside Dallas, Texas. Several weeks before the event, this 53-year-old begins preparing for the challenge. It's been a long time since Jaime's walked a wheel, and he's worried about handling any complications should something go wrong.
So in case I missed, I gotta be capable to hang myself even with one hand until I can grab the other one and then pull your feet up and save yourself.
Ripley's found a wheel in Houston, Texas that will push Jaime to new heights. Standing an intimidating 10 stories high, it's the largest wheel he has ever walked. To ensure there are no distractions, the park grounds have been closed to the public. But Jaime still has to deal with his own fear.
You are not allowed to scare. You got so scared that you cannot move. You gotta teach yourself to react before your body is stuck. It's possible to control that.
Jaime's 3-minute walk offers absolutely no room for even the tiniest error. One slight misstep on this band no wider than a balance beam, and Jaime could fall straight to the ground or into the spokes of the spinning wheel. In either event, on-site paramedics would likely be helpless.
Anything from above 15 feet, the statistics say that there's a 50-50 chance that you're not going to survive, and you're talking about 100 feet. So there's probably really not too much we're going to be able to do if he falls.
Jaime's oldest son, Bardo, is at the controls. He literally holds his dad's life in his hands. Leonora and Bardo will be on the ground, linked only by a headset to Jaime at the top of the wheel. Each one has a specific job to do.
When Bardo, my son, is moving the controls, my wife is telling me, besides the Ferris wheel, maybe 50, 100 feet away, how fast I gotta go or how slow I gotta be. Otherwise, I don't know exactly, and I might go too far and fall forwards or backwards.
Bardo checks the wheel for any last-minute complications. Gusty winds and light drizzle also threaten the walk. After discussing the bad weather, the decision is made to go ahead.
I'm ready to go.
Jaime gives the signal and starts his climb onto the wheel. His trip to the top has begun. The Garcia family can now only watch. Jaime has reached the top and makes his way to the outer edge. Knowing there's no turning back, he gives Bardo the go-ahead to start the wheel spinning. Jaime is 100 feet in the air. One slip and this father of 4 could plunge to his death.
I gotta keep watching in the end of the curve.
The wheel begins to pick up speed. Jaime must quicken his pace. Jaime's worst fear has come true. The speed control has jammed, causing 5 of the 8 motors to suddenly stop running. Fighting the natural urge to panic, Jaime must focus. As the motors start back up, Bardo again increases the speed, and Jaime, careful at first, is forced to run to keep up. Coming around to a complete revolution, Jaime has done it. It's his greatest achievement in a lifetime of taking chances. Climbing to safety and back on the ground, Jaime knows he can't do this forever.
You can do it 1,000 times, and just in a split second, boom, you are gone.
We'll be right back.
You're watching Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Now, most things in the Ripley's warehouse look more impressive than this little guy. But if you were unlucky enough to see one of these back in early 1900s America, you'd soon learn that size isn't everything. These are thumb cuffs. It looks harmless, but this is actually a torture device used to extract a confession. The thumbs went in like this, and then it was closed, and tightened, and tightened, and tightened, until the suspect begged for mercy. Guilty or innocent, they usually confessed. Unbelievable? Believe it.
John Wakefield is dead.
Then how come I keep seeing him?
One by one, the residents of Harper's Island are dropping, and the body count is rising.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Harper's Island, tonight at 8, only on Schiller. Scary good.
What is that?
Zombie virus. It's a virus that's transmitted through human contact.
What are you doing? Don't open the door. Do you know anything? Zombies can't talk.
I can't believe I'm gonna die in virgin.
Based on the real live-action game that took college campuses by storm.
Live, here comes round 2.
Humans vs. Zombies, tomorrow at 8. Only on Chiller. Scary good.